Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon and this is the beautiful beaver community of Beaverpool. We left off last time, we hit mild panic mode because I forgot to put my water pumps back on after a drought. And we're not doing good for water at all. But apart from that, things are going okay. We've got 2 days left of a drought. I'm going to pause one because the water levels are getting real low. Which pretty much just says that we really need to finish off this this reservoir, basically, so that we can get this place completely set up. So what I'm going to be looking at today, I'm going to be looking at designing our power chain, power link, whatever, power shaft, I suppose is the correct and actual Timberborn used term, so that we can keep things moving forward as they should. I'll say that's a bad tide thing. I was like, why is there just a tiny bit of bad water in there? That's a bad tide thing. We have gone and blocked off this one. This was an outlet. It was some of the new bad tide drains. So yeah, we kind of just need to close this off. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to make a second closes factory. I'm going to stick you on the end there. Let's go and give you a bit of priority so you get built. And then I'm going to, as I said, right, let's talk about power. Oh, the power line's in the way for that one. That's fine. I can have the shaft now coming straight off here. That works out just fine. And so with that being the case, and I do need it to drop down a bit at the beginning, and I may as well do that early because I need to have it drop down for this anyway. So telling me, yep, that's basically where it needs to be. Then go ahead and unlock giant overhang. And that is the bad tide over. Everybody pray. Yeah, right. So line, I believe. Yes, it was. Right, that's marked off. Go ahead and feel like going back that way. As you can see, so we are going to need another step down. That's not a problem. We are actually going to need to place those stairs. Let's go make that a normal one for aesthetic purposes. That's plugged into there. The problem is I'm going to blow this up. So I kind of mild. Damper on that one. That puts this to high. I think that puts it to the same level. I think I only need... drop down by 1. We're on the same level. And... now, let's kind of pause things a second, because let's look at this. Probably going to go for a quick redesign. And I noticed this guy's building already, so I probably want to stop this very quickly. Okay, those are resources into that. We have a gap of 2. And so what would actually be easier is... let's remove those. That... across, is that gonna done it? Right, the right height. And then that in there. Nobody gets... in fact, what I'm actually going to do, let's... mildly... potentially change this. There, but then... or to put that there. Can I get one of these? Oh, I can get one of these in here. Full. That up there. There. One of those in there. There you have it. That will be the power shaft. Now, of course, I also have to give them access to even build this to begin with, which is much harder as folktales. It is as... iron teeth. Sorry, as you can tell, the thought process started once again. Oh, what's the point? Hang on. Unpause this guy. Because we're actually out of water again. We are, as you can see, very much at our limit. Right, I think what... yes, we really need to get focusing and get this built. This is all going to get built up to here. We just need to get across to actually get these power shafts up and running. Let us... we have plenty of treated planks. We do. We have so many. Let us... oh, let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can build myself a spiral staircase. Is that really the best way to do this? Most probably not, to be honest. Really, most probably not. But I'm going to do it just because it could be fun. Because I've never built a spiral staircase in this game because the curving stairs are relatively new. So I want a spiral staircase. This is where... That to rethink thing, you know what I mean? Point. He's gonna get some stuff built. We can get the first 3 on the right from where we are on the right hand side. We need to get the other ones. We are going to be a little bit short. We can most certainly get a good chunk of this bit in the middle built. Get to... Where are we? Missing 2. Shy on. Oh wait, I can't even get up here, can I? No. Should allow me to get these two, I believe. A little bit out of practice, to be honest, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that's going to finish off this section, basically. And then we will repurpose this spiral staircase to go to the left. So I can get this shaft done and this finished. And of course, we are continuing to make dynamite and things. And things are going along just beautifully. Power batteries, take a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. Yeah, I got plenty of. Build another 5 along the back there. I will probably do a line down here as well. I might keep this face. Oh, I probably won't actually. I'll probably line them along here as well. What I can anyway, because obviously the zipline cable will block the last one also. Yep, little battery tower. Nothing too extreme. Too ridiculous, but yeah, just a little battery power. Let's... Also then... It's putting down some explosives because that will allow us to then start putting in our water pumps as well. Pumping out those explosives as best as possible. We must be missing a lot of our haulers. 500 beavers. Yep, this is coming along nicely. Built. We should get this area built. Okay, yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Then I will need to reverse this and get the access going back for along here. I should have probably built the spiral staircase on the other side. I should also make sure that this doesn't end up too far away because I haven't pathed it up. Same with this one. Okay. Food numbers are still good. Batadocs are growing. Carrots are holding their own. For some reason we're dipping into berries. Won't ask why. And things are otherwise going just wonderfully. Wait, we've managed to build all of these. How did we do that? Okay, well that makes this pointless. This is now completely unnecessary. Because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, this is built, right? That's all I needed that for. This guy's now going to come along and finish this one. And this side will be completely finished. Have power up to here. Have this last little stage to go. I don't know if I actually have to wall this off before I finish that. Going to do is let's remove that one because I can't have this turning on yet. Let's continue to get the whole thing ready. Right, let's that. So what I need to do is ideally I kind of want to duck under and then come back up the other side. Although no, I need to stay on this side as well for this. Oh, the pain. Take that out. Let's go into building mode. Let's that the other way. By the way, I haven't worked out the theory of this in my head. I'm making this up as I go along. This might not work. Well, that allows me to build all of the power shaft bar this one right at the top. And there probably are very, very much easier ways to be doing this. Chuck another spiral staircase there into the oblivion. Oh, then I could build it all from underneath, technically. Let's go ahead. Do that, shall we? This is definitely not pretty. Go, my access scaffolding. I need to make sure I don't accidentally delete the two uprights when I remove this access scaffolding. Because if I do, I'm going to cry. That'll be a lot of work undone. A lot of work undone. Okay, most of the gravity batteries are finished and up and running. Yeah, in fact, so I'm going to get blocked by gravity battery here. What I might do, again, we should be pretty good for all the resources. Do that, and then I'm going to pretty this area up afterwards. What needs to go in there? We'll no, wait, sorry. What am I doing? I had a plan of removing this one. That wouldn't work because the power comes from this side, so I forgot I removed that one. Okay, so they're all up and running. That should allow me to finish all of this off. Then... oh, is this finished? Well, this side is finished. Beautiful. Blow that up. Now if I... That there. Now I think that should be able to reach. But the building rules as I know them seem to have changed, and I seem to have missed it in the changelog, so to say. Because they're doing random things. No idea how they're doing them. Really don't. So we'll get him to come through here. We'll blow this little bit up. And we'll remove all the scaffolding, all the building works. This area is all done up here. Kind of start landscaping. Area down here. We will need to get rid of that. They're going to have to go for a very long run to put the last pieces down. Building work is being done. Building work is being done. Oh, wait, we don't actually need this last one, I don't think. No. Can not build that. We can get to the last one from here. Right. The last batteries are coming in. Okay, that grabbed as well. Last power shafts are being built. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Well, that will be connected once I plug it in. We get this moving. Height of 2.65, a 6-day drought. We have a whole 166 water. Things are getting more and more dire as time goes on. Even to place the dynamite. Let's back. Get rid of the road. No, not good. Cause a break, then I can blow this little bit up. Blow this a little bit up right now. Don't cause any issues. That's fine. That's all perfectly fine. That is kind of an issue, but that's all size 2 dynamite. That's all size 1 dynamite. Yeah, so I got a bit gung-ho with double dynamite, apparently. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? What I want to do now is do further rebuilding. Right, the only person it affects is me. Now, I believe a big water pump is a 3x3. With the nozzle sticking off the end, so. We easily have all the resources for those. Yes. Science. Gonna be a pair of water pumps. This has built. Last of this. Removed. This has now been fully built. Once that's plugged in, we'll have this go. Plug it in there. Let's turn this around. Let's not delete the wrong things. Let's concentrate. Let's not blow up the wrong stuff. Okay. Leave that to be everything. Anything else we need? Stay there. Right. Can't get all required materials. Right, we are struggling for dynamite still. That's fine. How are we doing on power? Plenty of power. Batteries fully charged. Still, let's go and prioritize these three over all of this. Then we can get rid of this and also then prioritize the ones over here. And blow up this back area. Need to... Nothing in there to block that off. Not the best of paths, but it is a working path that you can get around and do this. That go down there. Now, of course, the rest of my community I've been completely ignoring, but once again, we are just about okay for water. We are struggling because of stuff, really. We are still good for food. We do need 21 missing jobs. How many injured beavers do we have? Just 9. We are missing a lot of jobs. Oh, just 9. No, that's about double what we usually have. We're missing a lot of jobs. I'm going to pause one of these again. Please, please, please. Note to self. Remember to turn it back on. Can't get all required materials. That is fine. Why are we not getting required materials? Right, hang on. We need... You two have to be working. Let's... pause the smelters. Let's pause the wood workshop. Let's definitely keep the lumber going. Extract 300. Let's pause that. We've still got 16 beavers missing. That is insane. After I've just gone and paused 8 beavers worth of things. Just because I don't like the numbers being that high, let's get rid of those. 11, so all of my haulers are gone, plus someone else. What's the other building? Oh, a bad type pump. That's okay. Ish, I think. We can pause you because you're not needed to provide pine resin because we haven't even got the wood workshop turned on. Let us pause pair of you because we've got 1,000 logs. Right, I guess that's some haulers back. That through. Kind of just waiting for gears and stuff. Pause that one. 2 people missing. A whole bunch of people. A couple of people grew up, then a couple of people died of old age. So it was actually a 3-for-3 turnaround. 6 injured beavers are now back from being injured, though. Look at that, only 1 job missing. Beautiful. But we're about to turn these on. Actually, no, we're not, because, well, we got a while to go yet. Detonate that. Let's remove that. Oh, because it's plugged into the batteries. That's going to run forever because those batteries will last. Give those guys priority. Let's turn that off before we flood everything. Although we're getting a look at that nice bit of green coverage, and that's just from how it is. Wait till we fill it up a bit better. Got a lovely bit of greenery. I 86. Yeah, it will go up by a fair bit, but I think it's time to fill this in. And that path. 133, that will definitely drop off. We'll see by how much. Let's prioritize this stack, please, because they should come to this side. Alright, he has to get down here, fair enough. But afraid. Poor beavers. To go ahead and remove this now. Let us do our top priorities. Let's get this out the way. Let's get this built through. It is too far. Yes, corrected once we get around that. You know what? Let's turn on our water pump because we're desperately running out of water again. Priority on those. Nice, this has gone through. That does not need to be turned on yet. This, which was an 86 or 113, is now a 70. Planks, please. High priority, so I can keep cleaning things up. Yep, you guys are coming for this. It's just kind of a run. Fine, you've gotten rid of this one. Let's continue. Clean up and remove things. We got rid of that. I can pull all of this off the map. That was good. That was good. I like that. A lot of beavers just turned up at once, and a lot of work just got done. Oof. Oh, nice, nice. That's now, nice. That should be... Yep, let's blow it up. Boom. Kaboom. There. And yeah, we're fully up and running. This is now filling up the reservoir. And eventually pour out of here and join in on this. Gonna take a while though. We do, however, nope, we have not regained some dynamite. We just happen to have had a small break and gotten about 10. We're only missing one person from a job. Look at it. Look at it. We've actually got 9 haulers. It's a miracle. And right, to take the water from here down to here is a hell of a trip. That does need slightly changing. I'm thinking here next to my food, if I'm honest. That's gonna look like a large tank. It's 4 small tanks. If I were to... Can I do this over blueberries? No, I can't. Okay. Oh. That in essence takes up 4 of these. We'll leave these ones down here as well for now. Just I suppose as the overspill. Unpause that guy. Let's pause these 3 guys. These guys working. These guys are now potentially producing 5 in the time it takes these guys together. Sorry, so these guys are all together producing 10 in the time it takes these guys to produce 3. So, yeah. Slight improvement in numbers. Just a slight improvement. Okay, I was about to blow some of this up because it opens up this area, but I can't because how they've gone and put it all down so far. And what I'm also going to do, because this is a lot more than 3 high. Yes, it's about 5 high. As we can build down. Actually a waste. Yes. Two. Destroy all of that. And then you guys can be 3s again. Still solid. 4 deep. Oh, wow. Wow, that is stable looking. Careful what I do there. I'm just gonna trim it down so it's a bit more of a square. Neaten it up, round off the edges, so to say. And then I was thinking of turning this into a bad water rig. What are we doing? We still got 17,000 science, which is a beautiful number. Well, finally, look at that. Look at that amount of water. We have made our dam. We are through our water crisis. Now we just need to, well, keep building dynamite, basically. And finishing to hollow out the base of our giant reservoir. We've still got some work to do up here. I do want to build this up, have a little platform just here, probably just to the left of this transit station. and put my observatory up there because, you know, observatories should be high on hills. Away from the community to stop light pollution. I still do like to do things thematically. So, yep, we will look to get that done. Now, an observatory is a beautiful 3x3 structure, so we can use one of these small metal platforms. That'll happen not too immediately, if I'm perfectly honest. Slightly bigger concerns first. We'll probably look, not quite sure where. We'll probably look to get some more food on the go from somewhere. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure where, but we'll do something. We'll do something. We'll figure it out. Shall figure it out. Yes, with this filling up and all of this will pretty much turn green. We'll get a lot more green down here. Obviously, when this then starts overflowing, we'll get some more green down here. Yeah, it's kind of just picking a spot. This map's not very level, so I feel like I will have to terraform something to give me a bit of a farming plane. Now, this area is going to become a housing district. Whether I go just beyond that, because I mean, I do want to cap this, so that's going to stop all of this. Well, it's going to stop it up to a point. There's our... it's going to refill back all up here, because this will then start coming this way. So I will need to block this off as well. Yep, I'll have to block this off. But that, in essence, will free up all of this area. And then, if I let this go, put this water now coming down here, which might actually stop this back up. Although, again, bad tide, we'll need to figure that one out. I could end up turning all of this area green. Which, a very nice area to turn into a farming plain. So that, I think, may be the future farming solution. Yep, we'll need to put a couple of sluices in here. Yes, like I said, cap that and block it off here. Okay. Be okay. Probably cap it off a smidge backwards. Because that should help this flow out without this really being able to push its way back in. So I'm going to have to use floodgates as opposed to sluices. Of course, I could always use them in tandem. Could build sluice by here. Just opens and stops anything coming back up the river. And then some floodgates to actually hold the water in. Could always use them in tandem, which may be an idea. And yes, this will just start flooding down here, helping to clean this out. Yes, I think that is, that's the idea. Now, bad tide approaching. Bad tide doesn't really matter anymore. We came up with the idea of expanding this. Thank you very much, by the way, for that one on the YouTube comments. The idea of expanding this and making it better, and it was a great idea, but it doesn't really matter now. This can take as long as it wants to evaporate. This water is not being pumped anywhere. I very much doubt this is ever going to evaporate. A block takes 20 days, if I remember my numbers from a long time ago. Or a 3x3 does. This is obviously not quite jagged, so this is probably a little bit lower. Plus, this is only 0.8. But I reckon I've got a good 12, 13 days at least before this would evaporate. And as we're only playing on normal, the bad tides aren't too dramatic. We'll see how this does, basically. I can always still expand it if I want more efficiency. That's fine. And when you look at that, the reservoir is beautifully done. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone quite a bit over, mostly because I've been waffling for the last 7 minutes. That is the end of the episode. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until we see you again, as per always, I truly do hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.